Afternoon, everybody. Ian from Avocado Property, and I am here with our latest partner. Excited to announce as well, Georgina Patey, the first lady partner, as you put in your video, to join the Avocado network. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I am unbranded today, so I must apologise, but you've kept the Avocado hoodies pushing forward, which is good. So. Just for everyone that's watching then, obviously a change for Avocado Property. We did have a male orientated set of partners arrive, but we wanted to change that. It's great that you're on board, but let's just talk about kind of you and your background first of all. So when did you actually start in a estate agency?
It was back in 2005 when I actually got started, as you do as an office junior. And then you work your way up, in your career doing what you do. So it's a big experience that I've had, over 13 years.
I think estate agency is a really good place to start when you're young. And I think it's a great place to learn about the world. And then as you climb the ladder, you get different types of ways of working, different types of ways that you want to progress. So tell us about the last 16 years, kind of property related life. What's the background? Let's let people get to know you.
Okay. Obviously grew up in Early and always lived in Reading. I've always done property related roles, so lettings, sales progression, administration. I've done all of those different roles, apart from sort of a 6-month stint where I went to live in Madrid, which was great fun. I'd love to. I was going back every year for quite a number of years, but when we can actually go back, I'd love to go back. I had my kids sort of 3 years ago. So up until that point, I was always involved in property. But my dad's, always been involved in it as well. So it's sort of a family thing.
I think a lot of people feel that in estate agency particularly, it's hard for people to do that part of it, then go away and have children, especially as a lady, and then come back into it, because it is quite demanding, the classic based estate agency in hours, commitment, work ethic and things like that. Now, I don't ever think that someone would come back in and struggle with the work ethic, but definitely the hours and that sort of inflexibility. So for you, kind of when you decided, right, now's time to go back and get back into property, what were your options? What were you kind of looking at, and how did you fall across Avocado Property?
So my options were, after maternity leave with my daughter, were literally come back and do the exact same job you were doing, doing all the valuations and, the same role, but in the same hours and everything how it was before. And I wasn't going to do 10-11 hour days with a 9-month-old sat at home. So it just wasn't a feasible option. And the only other option that was on offer to me was to then go and work in the call center at the estate agents, which just isn't giving the customer the best service for me to have to step down in my career in that respect. So it wasn't working. So I just sort of took a break from it for a while. I tried a couple of other things, doing inventories, even a bit of recruitment, and it's just not for me. I live and breathe property. That's what I've always wanted to do. So it was on LinkedIn that I saw you actually, and it was a post about women in property that you'd put up, and I just thought it's so right, that there should be more, not necessarily support, but there should be more options for women in property. Just because I've gone and had my children, it doesn't mean that I'm not good at the job that I do. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to sort of do this.
Yeah, me and Mike spoke, right at the early stages, and we felt that with the disruption and the change, that the attention to detail that we wanted clients to have, we wanted a variety of partners of all sorts of different personalities. But one thing we were really keen was to have women and ladies working within the network, because we feel it's important. They offer something very different to the young cheeky chappies that is the classic stigma of a estate agent. And we want people to get their personality across, and trust is important within the brand as well. And yeah, it's nice to hear what you're saying, because I think it's important for the industry, and the industry has it has a bad reputation, doesn't it? Is the honest view.
Yeah.
You know, estate agency does. Why do you think that is?
I think a variety of reasons. You said about the cheeky chappies, you know, in the office, and you do get a lot of office juniors that are new to the role and just haven't got, whether it's the life experience as well as the actual, you know, office experience. And people don't necessarily want to sell their house with somebody who hasn't got that life experience, who's never actually bought or sold a property before. So there's that aspect. I think a lot of it, that there's a lot of good agents out there that are being, you know, restricted by their employers with how they act, and sort of what targets are imposed on them, you know, having to make, you know, a certain amount of calls each day, or, you know, getting out, you know, you've got to get out 500 leaflets today. It's just, people don't want leaflets necessarily, they just get flung in the recycling.
Yeah.
Everybody that I know all says that. It's a very old fashioned way of doing things, and I think the reputation is just that you're a number rather than an actual person selling their property. And it's such an important thing for people when they are actually going through that life experience. They need to be able to trust the person and know that they're in good hands, rather than being passed from this person and then a different person does the viewing and everything like that. It's people want to deal with the person that they've bonded with at the start, I think.
Absolutely. And I've often said, you know, on video, that for me, what a estate agency is, the industry that it fits in, is misunderstood by the estate agents in it. It's sales industry, because the estate agents don't own the properties. It's not their product. It's consultancy and marketing. It doesn't sound as funky as sales for recruitment, but it's consultancy and marketing. You've got to use your experience to help consult, and you've got to use your marketing skills and products to help promote that property. And that's the industry we sit in. So for you now, obviously starting your own business, limited business is rocking and rolling. The Facebook page is live today as well. Great first video that's gone out this morning, which has already brought in some business, you said, which is really good to see as well. What do your clients, or what should your future clients expect from Georgina?
I think, not saying that because I'm a woman I'm more caring, it's not that, but I think the sort of nurturing aspect of being a woman and taking a property on from the very first day, and then being involved in the viewers, you know, I'll be able to look at the number of people who want to view and make sure that they're actually right to view the property, rather than just flittering on, you know, anyone and everybody through people's doors. You know, there's just no sense in that. So it's about sort of having that mindset of caring about the property, not as if it's my own, because it's not my own, it will be my clients, and it's about what they need to sell the property, and who it's going to be. So, and also the sort of sales chasing to get everything through. I think a lot of estate agents don't have that admin mindset as well. It's either you've got it or you haven't. And I think with my experience and background in covering everything, I've definitely got that.
No departments, hey? Just you from start to finish.
Yes, I think having a single person contact, just, I know when I brought my property, that was something that I really was quite disappointed with, because I'd built up a lovely relationship with the guy who sold me the house, and he did a brilliant job. He really did. I viewed one with him, and then he said, oh, actually, I've got something that doesn't need as much work as this. How about you come around and have a look? And it wasn't actually even on the market yet. So, you know, I was desperate for the house. And now we're looking at extending it and everything, which is what the dream has been for the last 3 years. So, you know, he did really good there. And I wanted to stay with him, but then I was reverted back to somebody who I'd never met, who was doing the sales chasing. So it just, for me, I wanted to stay with him the entire time, because, you know, we got on so well. So yeah, that was why I sort of thought, no, different departments just don't really work for people.
I think it's important. That's, you know, that's why in America and places like that, estate agents, they get passed down through people's wills. You know, that's how vital they are to the family as a relationship. So, you know, something's broken in the UK, and, you know, we've mentioned it before, but the traditional estate agency model, it can't work, because it can't have that much of a negative general opinion within the UK for that long, and it works. So hopefully that's different. Clients will prefer it. Let's talk about area. So, you know, where are you at the moment? Where are you going to be operating? Where are you bringing your kids up? Where were you brought? What's local to Georgina?
So I'm an early girl, always have been. I have lived in Woodley as well as an adult, but I was first of all started off in Maze Lane in early, and I went to early St Peter's School, and then my parents moved house very close to Loddon Primary School, which is where they still live. Their house is still the same one that we moved to, and it was just a bit of a nightmare getting across early at that sort of time in the morning. So I was often late for school. So I moved school in year 4, I think it was. So I've always been around early, but I've covered sort of both sides. And then I followed my older sister who went to Bournemouth School. And my mum, because she was often late for work or something, she would often drop us off at early train station because she didn't want to go all the way around Woodley to get us to school. So we would walk from there. So all the little cut throughs and things, I just sort of know all of them just from being a kid and a teenager around both areas, from having friends in Woodley and early and lower early. So yeah, it's where I've always lived, and actually obviously bought my first property in early as well. And I want my kids to go to the schools that I went to, and everything like that. So yeah, that's me.
That's
Reading
awesome.
girl through and through.
You could not be any more local, any more experience in the local area. So if people are looking, if they're looking to sell, buy in that area, there's not a question really you're probably not going to know the answer to about the area.
Definitely. Yeah.
Any local business owners that you want to give a quick plug to, any coffee shops or hairdressers or anything like that maybe are struggling at the moment with everything that you would recommend? Any quick plugs that you want to give to any local owners out there?
Yeah, I love the guys at Rustic down at Maiden Place. It's the little cafe there. They're just super friendly, and all through my maternity leave I would go in there with my parents and we'd go for lunch, or they'd have their tea. I always have the special hot chocolate with marshmallows. In fact, I think they even stock the marshmallows because I would always say, have you got any marshmallows for the hot chocolate? But no, they're super friendly, and obviously they've been hit hard with the recent times. So yeah, I think they're doing just takeaways at the moment. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already been down there, definitely.
Rustic. I expect to see you doing a StreamYard video with those guys at some point.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, I sent them a Christmas card and they were like, oh yeah, of course we know you. Yeah.
And I guess one quick question for everyone, and I think Avocado as a brand has started to become famous for 2 things or 3 things. One's the hoodie, which you're rocking there.
Yeah.
Two is the completion keyring, the Avocado keyring, which everyone loves. A smaller version of what I've got there. And the third thing is the launch video.
Yeah.
Suit to hoodie. You've obviously got the hoodie on. You've obviously done the video. When can everyone expect to see that? And what is your Facebook page where they can watch it?
So it's Georgina Property Agent is my Facebook page. I've got to say it was a lot of fun doing the video. It's not where I'm most comfortable being on screen doing that sort of thing, but yeah, it was just so much fun. And thank you for putting it all together. It's great. But yeah, so it will be on my Facebook page later on today, I think.
Awesome. Well, check it out. Follow your journey, whether people are looking to move or they're just interested in property, or they just want to see a new business owner in that area. Follow Georgina's page, Georgina Property Partner or Agent? Partner Agent. We'll tag it into obviously the video. And I wish you all the best of luck. Business has already started. You've got a property on the market, valuations next week. So get in contact with Georgina.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.